Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Some few hours ago, the spokesperson to Bola Tinubu decided to give a showdown against the NEF. And the spokesperson of NEF, I'm talking about Northern Elders Forum, decided to speak up. In fact, what he said was quite strong. And to make matters interesting, he said to speak between Peter Obi and Bola Tinubu. Don't forget that some persons believe that the North of President Muhammad Buhari, by default, due to unwritten agreement, owes some sort of allegiance to Bola Tinubu, judging the fact that in 2015 there seemed to be this alliance to bring in the Northern rule, subsequently give the same support to Southwest in the person of Bola Tinubu, hence the Eminoko mantra. As we speak, NEF have said to speak concerning both Bola Tinubu and Peter Obi, as both of them seem to be the cause of concern. But before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, the spokesperson for the Northern Elders Forum, NEF, that's Hakim Baba Ahmed, has reacted to the recent responses given by the 5 presidential candidates who came to Kaduna during the Arawa consultation to inform the North and Nigerians in general what they intend to do should they be elected as president in 2023. Hakim Baba Ahmed noted that though all the presidential candidates were given some of the topics which would be asked prior to the date of the consultation, but it was only Peter Obi who tried to answer one of the major questions which was required of them to answer. The spokesperson for the Northern Elders Forum pointed out that the Labour Party presidential candidate was trying to answer the issue of thrust, while the North and all the Nigerians in general should have a reason to trust them. He said despite giving the candidate these questions in advance to enable them study and prepare to give a concrete answer, the former governor of Anambra State was the only one who made an attempt to address such questions. In his words, and I quote him, he was refining one of those questions that was this big, I think, refers to the point where Peter Obi was trying to answer one question that was sent to all of them. Why should they not trust you? Why do you think you are the best candidate? Peter Obi had, during the Arawa consultation in Kaduna, stressed the need for Nigerians to look for who they can trust, as it is not merely about making promises, but ensuring those promises are kept. Now, he didn't stop there. He said to speak concerning the spokesperson of Tinubu PCC. And this is what he said. The spokesperson of the Northern Elders Forum, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, has prayed for forgiveness for Festus Keyamo, a member of the Bola Tinubu's presidential campaign council. The NEF spokesman made the following prayer while reacting to a reportage of the minister's comment on the Northern Elders Forum, which reads, and I quote, Sekiyamos rubbishes Northern Elders Forum, says they don't speak further north. Meanwhile, in his tweet, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed said they, that's the Northern Elders Forum, already asked the Lord to forgive Brother Festus. He said, he wrote, and I quote, we asked the Lord to forgive Brother Festus, for he knew not the truth. And however, in another reaction to a comment under his post, which wrote that Keyamo's opinion can be put to test, Dr. Hakim replied that Tinubu had enough respect for Northern elders that he attended their event. He wrote that I said it was even his candidate that had enough understanding and respect for Northern elders that he attended their event, which means that these spokesmen need to really be careful the way they go about their speeches so that they don't, at the end of the day, work against the very principle they want to promote. While Hakim Baba, that's the spokesperson to NEF, that's Northern Elders Forum, believed that Festus Keyamo spoke out of context and he had no reason to say what he said, that even Bola Tinubu, out of respect, honored their invitation, came for the event. So why should Keyamo believe that Northern Elders Forum does not speak for the Northerners? They does not have the mindset of the Northerners. For that reason, they're not so important. So whatever their opinion is doesn't count. Well, I feel that they have quite a strong influence on the Northerners and how they can actually generate grassroots support for whoever candidate they have decided to endorse. Don't forget, in the same vein, we have Afenifere are divided into two sections, technically speaking, with the old Afenifere led by Farantimi, yes, and we have the Bade Banjo, who believes strongly in the advocacy for Peter Obi. Apart from equity and justice, he also believes that Peter Obi have the restructural mantra in his mandate, and he believes with Peter Obi coming in, at least the 1999 constitution can be amended, and that's the same thing that the human rights activist, also I think a lawyer as well, Daily Farantumi, also said something about listening to Peter Obi and the fact that he understands the dynamics of Nigeria, that restructuring is inevitable for Nigeria to function. He said a lot of people have been accusing him that he's doing all this so he can get a position in the governance or government of Peter Obi, but he has said that he's not even hoping to get a benefit from a constitution he doesn't believe in, which is the 1999 constitution, but rather he believes in new Nigeria, and he believes Nigeria shouldn't be reactionary by going through protests, but then rather they should weigh each and every candidate based. He said he had one-on-one interaction and contact with Peter Obi, that he can speak in all honesty that Peter Obi seems to be the only one who truly have the mandate and the people's hearts towards changing Nigeria for the better. Other ones seem to just be doing it for politics' sake. And it's telling Nigerians really not to be moved by whatever ethnicity, but rather we should look at voting the right person in so that we don't keep thinking of protest when this government does not work. And since Peter Obi seemed to believe in holding him responsible in as much as he's the sitting government or sitting president of the country, which is, if you ask me, is what you know looking into. Why do we wait? Why do we need to go through protests if the government does not do well? When we can actually, enact and vote in the right government. A lot of Nigerians have reacted to this. We're going to take one or two and we'll call this a day. This one here says, you can't give what you don't have. Atiku and Tinubu are yesterday men that don't have anything to take Nigeria to the El Dorado. Politics aside, Obi is slight years away over them in terms of competence, dynamics, frugal in finance and management, and so on. And the person here says, my brother, you know book. I tell you, another person, Peter Obi is the new President General of the Republic of Nigeria. Come to 2023, vote wisely, vote for the dreams of your future. Vote wisely, vote for the dreams of your future, vote Peter Obi for president. Well, it's actually left for Nigerians, and the more sensitization we give out there, the more organizations begin to see that Nigeria really needs a positive change. Forget the issue of ethnicity. Let's look at real genuine change and vote in the right person of competence. For more of, although there's a leak of his manifesto, but then the leak has been quite interesting. For more of that, let's meet in our comment section as well. Let's interact. Also,